guys, Story here. Before we get started today, I just want to remind you the difference between pain and sensation. If at any point you feel pinching or burning, please allow yourself to get out of the pose and take a child's pose. I'd also like to remind you if at any point you are no longer breathing, to please take rest and listen to your body. Pain, no gain, is not a thing in yoga. In yoga, we just want your body to feel good. We'll begin by starting on our backs. Our ankles will be underneath our knees. If you do not have a block at home, please feel free to do bridge lifts here, holding for an entire breath before lowering your hips back down. If you do have a block, go ahead and tuck your tailbone, lift your hips up, and place that block underneath your hips at whatever height feels good to you to begin to open up through the front of the body. Relax your shoulder blades on your back, close your eyes, and begin to breathe. Checking into how you're feeling this morning, not only through the front of your body, but noticing where your breath might be catching. Begin to find an even rhythm with your inhales and your exhales. And then notice where you can soften into the support. If you are doing bridge lifts, try to find some ease in your lifts, lifting the hips up only to where it's comfortable for you, and then gently lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling to tuck the tailbone and lift the hips up. Exhaling to slowly lower your hips back down. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. If you're in a supported bridge, as you inhale, begin to press into the feet, lifting the toes up. Begin to lift the hips off the block, and we'll all meet here in our active bridge pose. Noticing where you could use the strength of your legs to soften in your glutes. Continuing to keep those shoulders relaxed, searching here for a full body experience where one part of the body is not working harder than the other, but they're all working to help keep you here. 2 more deep breaths. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to tuck the tailbone, slowly lowering those hips all the way down to the mat. And from here, take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. Make sure that foot is flexed, and using the muscles of the leg, just begin to press that right knee away from you. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, if you have more to go, you can clasp either the thigh or the shin and begin to bring that left knee in. Moving slowly here, taking full inhales and pausing. And on your exhales, maybe pulling that knee a little bit closer. Make sure you're keeping that right foot flexed to protect your knee. And continue to breathe. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling. Exhale 1. Deep breath in. Exhale 2. Last full inhale. And a full exhale. As you inhale, slowly release that left foot back to the mat. Uncross your right ankle and bring your right foot down. Heel toe your feet about mat distance apart, letting your knees fall in toward one another. Inhale your arms out wide to a T. And as you exhale, let those knees fall over to the left. If this pinwheel shape is a little too much on your hip or your low back, go ahead and bring the knees to stack. If you would like a little bit more here, your left ankle can cross on top of your right knee. Take 3 more breaths, inhaling And exhaling. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. One more full inhale. And a full exhale. As you inhale, start to bring those knees back to center. If the ankle is crossed, you can leave it there. We're bringing the left ankle to cross on top of the right knee. Foot stays flexed. Once again, just beginning by using the muscles of that left leg to press the knee away from you. One more full inhale here. And as you exhale, once again, if you'd like more, you can begin to bring the right knee in. Know that both sides of your hips are different, so don't expect to go where you did on the other side on this side. Treat this side unique from the other and continue to breathe. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling and exhaling. Make sure that left foot is flexed. One more deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling, slowly release that right foot back to the mat. We're bringing the left foot down to the mat, heel toeing those feet about mat distance apart. Arms come out wide to a T. Let those knees fall over to the right. Once again, taking this spinal stretch, working into that left hip a little bit more. That right ankle can stack on the left knee if you'd like a little more, or you can bring your knees to stack here. Take 2 more deep breaths. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. On your inhale, slowly let those knees come back to center. Pull the knees into the chest here. Give them a little squeeze. It might feel good to take a few rocks from side to side, or make circles with your knees, massaging out your low back. And then as you feel ready, start to rock and roll along the length of your spine. Give yourself a few rocks and a few rolls. It's fun and it feels pretty good. Whenever you're done rocking and rolling it out, you'll cross your ankles, roll over your knees, and make your way into a tabletop on your mat. Make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Your knees can be underneath your hips or slightly behind your hips. As you exhale, press the floor away from you and round that back up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, drop the navel and pull the chest forward. Exhaling to round your back. Inhaling to drop the navel and pull the chest forward. And then allow your eyes to close here, continuing these motions. Bringing any intuitive motions that feel good to warm up your spine. It might feel good here to look back at one hip and then look back at the other hip. Maybe you pull the chest forward, dropping the hips and pressing the hips back, stretching out the spine. You've got 2 more rounds here, moving in a way that feels good to wake up your spine, moving with your breath in your body on your mat. Last round here. And then slowly make your way to a neutral spine. You'll start to walk those hands out long in front of you, releasing the chest down towards your mat for your puppy pose. Your hips stay over your knees. Imagine here a child's pose that you can't quite get to, because as you pull your hips back, somebody else pulls your fingertips away. Take 2 more deep breaths. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, start to pull yourself forward onto your stomach on your mat. Bring your elbows either under your shoulders or a few inches in front. Press the heel of the hand into the floor and pull the chest forward. You should feel a lengthening in your low back here. And then relax your shoulders away from the ears. Take a few deep breaths into that space between your shoulder blades. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in And a full breath out. Inhale and continue to pull the chest forward, lowering all the way down to the mat. Exhale and press yourself back to a child's pose. Your knees can be close together, or you can bring them out mat distance apart here. Taking 3 deep breaths into the low back, full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Last full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale and pull yourself forward to a tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips and come into your downward facing dog. Inhale and pull yourself forward to a plank. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto your toes, bend your knees deeply into the chest like you were springing forward. Exhale, straighten the legs and release the heels. Inhale and drop your knees to a tabletop. Exhale and sit back. Child's pose. We'll move through those motions 3 more times. Inhaling, pulling yourself forward to a tabletop. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Your inhale pulls you forward to a plank. Your exhale lifts your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes, bend the knees deeply into the chest. Exhale, straighten the legs and release your heels. Your inhale drops your knees to a tabletop, and your exhale sits you back. Child's pose. Inhale pulls you forward. Exhale lifts the hips. Inhale, find your plank pose. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes, bend the knees into the chest. Exhale, straighten your legs and release your heels. Inhale, drop your knees to a tabletop. Exhale, sit back. Child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale pulls you forward. And your exhale lifts your hips. Inhale to that plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes. Bend the knees into the chest. Exhale, straighten your legs and release your heels. Inhale, drops your knees to a tabletop. And your exhale sits you back. Child's pose. Last round. Inhale forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes, bend the knees into the chest. Exhale, straighten the legs and release your heels. Pause here, taking 3 full breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in and a full breath out. 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale your right leg long behind you. Keep that leg straight and the foot flexed. Begin to stack the hips. The foot comes parallel to the floor. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring that right foot forward towards the outside of your right hand, wiggling it with your hand if you need. From here, pull the chest forward and press that left heel away from you. Take another full inhale. And as you exhale, reach that right arm up and twist. Keep all of that length in the spine. Another full inhale. And a full exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant that right hand. From here, you can lower down that left knee. Keep that length in the spine, and if you'd like a little bit more, you can walk your arms out in front of you. And if you still have more to go, you can lower down to your forearms. If you're close to this but not quite there, you can bring your block or a book and place it on under your forearms. Wherever you are, continue to breathe, pulling the chest forward to feel not only a stretch in your inner right hip, but along the front of your left hip flexor as well. You've got 3 more deep breaths here. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale and start to walk your hands back in towards the body. So from here, I'm going to rotate so that you can see me. From here, you're going to tuck the toes of the left foot and lift that left knee. Roll on to the outer edge of that left foot, planting the heel, your warrior 2 feet. And then bring your right forearm to your knee and open that left arm up, coming into your side angle. So get really strong in the feet here. And then play with where that left arm feels good in your body. It could be over that right shoulder. Maybe you wrap it around the back. Or maybe you reach it up overhead, palm faces down. Find a little bit of playfulness and feel for where the pose feels good to you. Make sure that right knee isn't going past the toes. And while you're doing all of that, please continue to breathe. 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in and a full breath out. You've got 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale, unwind that left arm if it's wrapped. Press into the feet, bring yourself through your warrior 2, and then reach that left arm long behind you and your right hand overhead, coming into your peaceful warrior. Take another full inhale here. And a full exhale. Inhale brings you back to that warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Reach the right arm long in front of you and then release the hand down to your shin, the floor, or bring it to your block and breathe. Once again, once you find that strength in your legs, the activation in your feet, begin to play with that left arm. Find the stretch that works for your body. And continue to breathe. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale and exhale. Last full breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, start to bring a small bend into your right knee, so that both hands come down to the mat. From here, bring that left foot in about 1/3 of the way, enough that the left heel plants and you can straighten your right leg out. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward to square off those hips. Lift up halfway and then fold forward over that right leg. If you need a little extra length here, you can bring blocks under your hands. If your hands don't quite meet the floor, or you can hold on to your ankle. Just make sure you're not bracing your knee here. We want to keep a little bit of movement in that knee. No locked knees, please. 2 more deep breaths, full inhales. And full exhales. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. From here, inhale, lift up halfway. Find a lot of space between your shoulders and your hips. Keep that space and reach your right arm up and twist. You want to make sure that that right hip is staying in line with the body instead of jutting out to the side. You're going to feel a grotesquely wonderful sensation in that IT band. So bringing a smile to your face and keeping your breath strong might make this a little less painful. 2 more deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. As you inhale, slowly bring that right hand back down to the mat. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat, and then bring your right foot over towards the left side of the mat, lowering down the knee and the hip. We're setting up for our pigeon pose here. So if there's a lot of space under your hip, go ahead and bring a block, a blanket, or a pillow underneath that hip to help square your hips off. Find a lot of length through the spine, and then when you're ready, begin to lower down over that right leg. If this is too much for your right hip, go ahead and come to seated. Your knees are bent, and your right ankle will cross over your left knee, finding that figure 4 shape again. And then from here, to find your edge, your deepest sensation, you can bring that left heel in towards the body, and you can bring your chest closer to that shin. Once again, searching for a place where you can soften at the edges of your pose, where you can continue to breathe. You've got 4 more breaths here. Relax the muscles of the jaw. Relax your ankles and notice where you're still gripping. See if you can give yourself permission to find this shape. 2 more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, start to walk the hands back in towards that right shin. Roll over onto that right hip and bring your left knee in behind your right ankle. You'll once again have this pinwheel shape with your legs. From here, rotate your body away from your legs to the right, and you're going to fold back down. This is your deer pose. It might feel good to actively reach those left fingertips away from you, feeling a deep side stretch through the left side of the body. Take 2 more breaths here. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale and start to walk those hands back in towards the body. So from here, just bring both knees into the chest. Roll over the knees and come into your child's pose. And take a full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale, notice the difference between that right hip and your left hip. 1 last deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, pulls you forward to that tabletop, and then your exhale, tucks your toes and lifts your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg long behind you. Foot is flexed, leg is straight. Once again, stack those hips, press the heel away from you. Take another deep breath in. Exhale and bring that left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Once again, you might need a little help to get it all the way there. From here, pull the chest forward and press that right heel away from you. Take a full inhale. And as you exhale, reach that left arm up and twist. Continue to lengthen through the crown of the head here so that you find the twist in the middle of your back. 1 more full inhale. Exhale and plant that left hand. From here, you can lower down your right knee. Continue to keep that length in your spine, pulling the chest forward. Relax your shoulders. And if you have more to go, you can lower down to the forearms. As you lower down, though, make sure you're walking the hands forward and not collapsing into your body. We want all of that length here. And then take 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. Full exhale. On this next inhale, notice where you're holding on in the pose. And as you exhale, see if you can soften into your shape, relaxing the shoulders and jaw. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Full inhales and full exhales. Last full inhale and a full exhale. As you inhale, start to walk those hands in towards the body. You'll tuck the toes of the right foot, lift that right knee, and then spin that right heel down, finding those warrior 2 feet again. Your right foot is parallel to the short side of your mat. Bring your left forearm to your knee and reach that right arm up. Once you feel stable in your feet here, you can play with that right arm where it feels good in your body. Look down at that left foot. Make sure that that left knee is not coming over the ankle, but is in line with that ankle. If it's a little further back from the ankle, that's okay. Continue to breathe here. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. It won't last forever. 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Last full inhale. And as you exhale, unwind the arm if it's wound. As you inhale, press into the feet, move through your warrior two. Reach that right arm long behind you, and then reach that left arm up overhead, finding your peaceful warrior. Keep that bend in the left knee and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come through your warrior two. As you exhale, straighten your left leg. Reach the left arm long. We want a lot of space between the left shoulder and the left hip. And then release that left hand down to either your shin, your block, or the floor. Remember here, your block has 3 heights. Use the one that's going to help you keep this length between the left shoulder and the left hip. Just a few more breaths here. Find that strength in your feet and play with that right arm. Know that every side's different, so what you need on this side might be completely different from the other. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last full inhale here. And a full exhale. As you inhale, bring a small bend in that left knee and bring your right hand down to the mat. Your right foot is going to come in about 1/3 of the way. Once again, just enough so that that right heel plants on the mat and you can straighten out that left leg. Pull that right hip forward and your left hip back. Make sure those hips are squared. Lift up halfway, find length in the spine, and then fold over that left leg. And while you're thinking about all of that, please remember to continue to breathe. Find this stretch by imagining bringing your chest towards your toes. Instead of the crown of the head towards the shin, we want to keep that length in the spine here. You've got 2 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. From here, you'll inhale and lift up halfway, finding that length in the spine just in case we've lost it. Keep that right hand planted on the ground or on your block. Reach that left arm up and twist. So just like with our other twist, we want to find this from the middle of the spine here. We want to keep a lot of length through the body, from the shoulders to the hips. And most importantly, we want to breathe. Relax your jaw. This won't last forever. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. You're almost there. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale. Release that left hand. It might feel good to make a little noise here. Step your right foot all the way to the back of your mat. And then your left foot's going to come over to the right side of your mat. Lowering down the knee and the hip, setting up for that pigeon pose again. So both sides of our hips are super different. What you did on the other side may not work on this side. If you didn't need a prop on your right side, you may need one on this side. Just move mindfully and treat this side unique from the other. And if you need to take that modified pigeon, bending the knees and making that figure 4 shape, please know that's always available to you. Whenever you find your shape and where you're going, you'll fold forward over that left leg, or you'll be in your figure 4 shape and you'll breathe. But here, check back in with your breath and your body. Notice where you're gripping. See if you can relax your jaw. See if you can relax your ankle. Where do you hold your tension here, pulling those shoulders away from the ears? If you're in this resting pigeon pose, it might even feel good to wrap the arms around the body, allowing yourself a little bit more softness. Take 3 more deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. Last full inhale. And a full exhale. Inhale and start to walk those hands in towards the body, bringing yourself upright. Roll over onto that left hip and bring your right knee in behind the left ankle, setting up that pinwheel shape with our legs. We'll rotate away from the legs over to the left and fold back down for that reclined twist, that deer pose. It might feel good to actively reach that right arm away from you, getting that deep side body stretch through the right side. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Full inhales and full exhales. 1 more deep breath in and a full exhale out. As you inhale, start to walk yourself back up to seated. And once again, we're making our way back to our child's pose. So it's your choice. You can come into your pigeon and step back, or you can simply bring your knees together and press yourself back. Bring your knees a little bit wider apart and allow your chest to sink down towards the mat here. Taking deep breaths into the back of the body. Noticing what's going on in your hips, how they feel. 1 more full inhale. And as you exhale, walk those hands over to the left. So actively reach those right fingertips away here. Feel a deep stretch from that right shoulder all the way down to that right hip. Breathe deeply into the right side of your body. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale and walk your hands back through center. And as you exhale, walk them over to the right. Actively reaching those left fingertips away from you, getting that deep side body stretch. Inhale deeply into the left side of your rib cage. And take a full breath out. Another full inhale. And a full exhale. Inhale, walk your hands back through center and pull yourself up to your tabletop. From here, you're going to lower all the way down to your belly. Bring your right arm out wide to a T. Palm faces up if that's okay with you. There's a way to have your palm facing up that feels okay and one that feels awful. You'll know it when you find it. Ideally, that wrist is in line with the shoulder, but if that doesn't work for your body, it can be closer down here. Slowly start to roll over onto that right side. This is a deep chest and shoulder stretch here, so make sure you're moving mindfully. If you have a little bit more to go, you can bend that left knee and bring the sole of the left foot to the ground. If you still have more to go, maybe that left arm reaches around for that right hand. It's a little hard to find, and once you do, it's a bit like holding someone else's hand. Wherever you are, make sure you can relax your neck and head. To do this, you may need to bring a block underneath your head. Take all the support you need here so that you can breathe. Full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in. Full breath out. 1 more full inhale. And a full exhale. As you inhale, slowly straighten that left leg if it's bent. Remove your block from under your head and make your way onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press yourself back to a tabletop. Inhale your right arm up wide and then thread it through the left side of the body, coming onto that right shoulder. So this move can feel a little counterintuitive. If your shoulder doesn't quite meet the mat, once again, bring a block or a book or a pillow underneath that shoulder. Give yourself the support you need to feel your stretch. Take 3 more breaths here, full inhales and full exhales. Deep breath in and a full breath out. We're at our last inhale here and a full exhale. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, round the back up towards the ceiling again. And then make your way all the way down to your belly on this side. So we'll bring the left arm out wide to a T here. Palm faces up if that's okay in your body. And then slowly start to make your way over to the left side. Just like our hips, our shoulders can be incredibly different. So move mindfully, treating this side unique from the other. You may not be able to go to the same place. If you do need more, that right knee can bend and the sole of the foot comes to the mat. Knee points up towards the ceiling. Make sure that right shoulder stays relaxed and there's no tension in your neck or in your head. If you need to, once again, prop yourself up in a way that you can relax into this shape. You've got 3 more breaths here. Full inhales and full exhales. A deep breath in and a full breath out. Last full inhale and a full exhale. As you inhale, remove your block and slowly straighten that right leg. Extend it out long and make your way onto your belly. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back to your tabletop. This time you'll inhale your left arm out wide and up. Exhale and bring it through the right side of your body, coming onto that left shoulder. If you need to prop the left shoulder up and you didn't need to prop the right shoulder up, that's okay. Do what you need to on this side. Relax the head and neck. Relax the right shoulder. Allow yourself to sink into this gentle twist. And most importantly, breathe. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. As you inhale, gently press yourself back to your tabletop. Exhale and round that back towards the ceiling. Inhale through your neutral spine. Exhale and sit all the way back for your child's pose. This time it might feel good to bring the arms around the legs, letting those shoulders relax into your mat. Take 3 deep, full body breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in and a full breath out. 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. And as you inhale, slowly start to press yourself up to seated. From here, roll over onto one hip and bring those legs around in front. Coming into a wide-legged fold, bring your feet about as wide as it feels okay for you. Don't worry so much about how wide they are or how far you fold. Focus on pressing those heels away from the hips. Feet are incredibly active here. Sit up nice and tall and then start to walk your arms forward. Find a little bit of your Sphinx pose that we had at the beginning, where our forearms are on the floor and we pulled the chest forward. We want to keep that length in our spine here. And remember, as you fold, that it doesn't matter how far you fold. We all feel the same stretch, right? So be kind to your body and find the stretch that's going to work for you today. And most importantly, keep breathing. Full inhales and full exhales. We've got 1 more deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands over to the right. Angle your body over that right leg. Make sure those feet are flexed and pressing away from you. And then fold over that right leg. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more deep breath here. Exhale, reach that left arm up and overhead, opening up through the left side of the body. See if you can find a little bit of that side angle pose here. Reaching the left fingertips away, flexing the right foot. It might feel good to bring the right forearm to the inside of the leg to help you roll the chest up. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. A deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale and start to release that left hand down to the mat. Walk your hands back through center, and then we're coming around to this left leg. So angling yourself over that left leg, check back in with the feet, make sure they're pressing away, and then fold over that left leg. Check in with your right hip here. Make sure it's still planted on the mat. If it's rolling up, you might need to come up in your fold just a little bit. Remember, it's not how far you fold, it's the stretch that you feel. One more deep breath in. Exhale, reach that right arm up and over, opening up through the right side of the body. Once again, finding that side angle pose, you can bring the left forearm to the inside of the left leg so that you can help open up through the chest and shoulders. Breathing deeply here, full inhales, flex those feet, and full exhales. Last full breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, release that right hand down to the floor. Walk your hands back through center, and then see if you have more room to fold. Don't judge whether or not you have more room to fold. Just notice. Maybe you found a little openness in those side stretches. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. One more really deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, start to walk those hands in towards the body, bringing yourself up to seated. Use the strength of your arms to close those legs together and shake them out. Coming into a straight forward fold. A seated forward fold. Flex those feet. Once again, you want those heels pressing away from the hips, and you want that length in the spine. Sit up nice and tall and fold forward over your legs. Find that Sphinx pose. Pull the chest forward, roll the shoulder blades back. Don't worry about grabbing your feet here. They're just feet. Once you grab them, you have nothing else to grab, right? So bring your hands to either sides of your knees and help pull your chest forward here, leading this fold with the chest instead of the crown of the head. Engage the shoulder blades on the back. And then most importantly, remember to breathe. One more full inhale. And a full exhale. As you inhale, make your way back up to seated. Go ahead and bend those knees and roll down onto your back. So if you have a block, we're moving into a waterfall pose. From here, you'll lift your hips and place that block just as you did for your supported bridge. And lift those feet straight up towards the ceiling. If the block is in the correct place, you should feel your pelvis tilt back towards your chest, and it'll feel like those legs are floating effortlessly. Bring your arms out wide to a T, let your eyes close, and begin to relax. If you don't have a block available, we're going to come into legs up the wall. You'll bring your hip close to a wall. You'll roll over onto your back and bring those legs straight up the wall. And once again, your arms will come out wide here, and you'll begin to release and let go of your practice. And so, whichever pose you've chosen, begin to notice where you could let go a little bit more, where you're still trying to work. It might be your hips. Maybe your knees could soften a little. Maybe your ankles, the tips of your toes. Maybe your shoulders are still pulling up towards your ears. See where you could give yourself permission to stop working. We'll do 4 rounds of equal part breathing here. We'll inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4 to begin to quiet our mind as we move towards our deep relaxation, our shavasana, our practice in letting go. We'll start by cleansing the breath. Take a full inhale, fill the lungs all the way up. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale out. As you inhale, slowly start to bend those knees a little bit more. Exhale and release those feet all the way down to your mat. Press your feet firmly into the floor to lift your hips off the block. Remove your block and lower those hips back down to your mat. Pull the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. Take a few rocks from side to side. Inhale and bring your arms out wide to a T. Exhale and let your knees fall over to the left. So find a twist variation that feels good to you. Maybe knees stacked, maybe that pinwheel shape we had at the beginning of class. Or maybe you cross one leg over the other and get a little bit of a deeper twist here. Do what feels good to you. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and a full breath out. 1 more full inhale and a full exhale. As you inhale, bring those knees back to center. And as you exhale, cross them over to the right. So finding the twist variation that feels good on this side, either that pinwheel shape, knees stacked, or crossing the legs. Wherever you are, just continue to breathe, releasing from that left shoulder all the way to that left hip. Full inhales